Yeah, we leave this place 7 in the morning, going up Dartmoor, Springfield. When the weather turned, we were going to different valleys, and that one with the Greens family, with the kids on the roof and they're all tied together, we rescued them. A traumatic time, that was in the afternoon. I put them on the top of the hill and dropped them off, and he was really worried. He said, "Can you check on my uncle and auntie? They're in the house down the road a bit." And we're going along and, we're looking on the roofs, but that's when I saw a white, I think it was a shopping bag or something. They managed to get on a steel bar through the roof. Jeff, I said, orbit. He orbited around the house. That's when it came to my head a lot. There's people in ceiling cavities in the roofs. The whole morning we were just pulling people off roofs, but I just had no idea that actually there's people in the ceilings. Flew me and just dropped me off onto the roof. Managed to pull the tiles off and get an axe and just smashing, putting a hole. So I jumped in, and I remember going through the ceiling cavity of the floor, just went right over my head, popped back up. Don't know what they were standing on, but they just hang, neck high of water. They must have been near pitch black. And they were actually relatively calm. I went in and just gave my arm around them, said, "We're here." And I remember looking up, we're gonna get out of here. I remember just looking around, and there was a fridge or a freezer floating around in the ceiling cavity. So I tried to drag the fridge, thinking that we can stand on the fridge, but you imagine you've been in the water for hours, freezing cold. There was no way. It was going to be hard for me to jump on the fridge, climb out. So I realised this isn't going to be work. So I talked to them and I said, "Look, I'll climb out. I've got to get a ladder." Promised them I'll be back. So we flew around. I managed to get a ladder. The ladder was just long enough. We jumped down there. They were so cold, really struggled to get her up. So in the end, I had to get Jeff to fly someone else in for help. It took a while for them to get out, but we got there. You imagine climbing up a ladder, then it stops, and you've got to actually, then the roof goes down, so you can't actually pull yourself up. You're climbing up and then down. It was hard, even for me. And the biggest thing I kept saying is, we're here now. Don't risk it. I didn't want to break a hip or something like this. That stood out to me, just seeing them in the water. That was a tiled roof where that was easy to puff. Then we were finding people in the long run, and they had big nails, so we're actually having to chop nails, rip the roofs off, and it would take 10-15 minutes just to make a small hole. So that was just a bloody nightmare with others. We got them out, they were buggered. I was so worried that when I finally got them on the house, that they were going to go roll down the roof and into the water. We got these people, they're alive. That's the skill of the pilot, Jeff. We're just hovering, and we just did one person at a time. I just didn't want to rush. They were exhausted. These guys went through hell. People say about me, what I went through, they're the legends, the will to live. Some of the stories, they're the ones that I get blown away by.